I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
I don't know if we're on beat, but we're just gonna go with it. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm your host, Alex Bowers. We have Stacey Olivas, Linda Antwi, and Ashley Bowden. Okay, we are all in the building this Monday. This season, I'm telling y'all, it's a ride. I feel like it won't stop. The trend won't stop. I will say the 90 Day deserves their credit. Can we get a couple snaps? Can we give them a couple snaps? Okay. We have said this whole time that, like, when is this train going to slow down? Because that's how they usually go, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is actually really good. And I'm actually shocked, y'all. Are y'all?
It's nonstop chaos.
It is. It's wild. Linda, what do you have to say about it?
I mean, I think this is the best season for drama yet. They definitely had a little bit of a slow start, but they've been ramping it up every single episode. Like, I don't think I remember a season since season like 3 or 4 where I was actually excited about what's going to happen in the next episode. And
Ashley, are you pleased?
I am very surprised as well. So
Right.
It was shocking. It was satisfying though.
For sure, especially the ending. But we will get there. And we're actually going to hit him last. Our dude David. We're going to get to him last because we got to save the tea for the end, okay? But Linda has all the tea for us, you guys. So also make sure you wait up for that. So much going on in the 90-day world. I'll tell you, there's probably more going on social media than the actual show, okay? Let's start with Ed and Rosemarie. So basically, Rose is sick and tired of being sick and tired. Did anyone disagree with the way she handled things and just walked out and packed her bags?
No, I think it was awesome. I think she stood up for herself, and I think it proves to us that she wasn't all in it for just the money. Because if she was, she would have gone along with it. Or, she could also find a better option than Ed. So, but yeah, I think he supports my theory that a lot of these Americans that go to other countries to marry someone, they're entitled and they want to be controlling. Like, they feel like they can go buy someone somewhere else and bring them over and control them and like choose everything for them, like mold their little significant other into what they want them to be when they come over here to America. And I feel like this is just a complete example of that, because he was a little brat when he stormed off when she didn't give him what he wanted. So good for Rose. Good job, Rose.
Okay,
bravo.
Ashley, Linda.
I don't think she was wrong. It just kind of is what it is. I'm at this point, I don't have much to say about Ed because I'm a little disturbed and disgusted about the whole pedophilia thing. So he's kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I don't have much to say about him. I don't think she was wrong at all. I think she at least told him how she felt and she walked away, and that there's nothing else to talk about. You say how you feel and let's move on. Time to go.
Right. For sure.
yeah, I mean, I agree with both of you, all of you guys, actually. I think that she had every right to walk away. I think that she put herself first. She told him from the very beginning that she wanted more children, and she wanted to have a better life for herself and her son Prince, but at the same time, she's not going to sacrifice that because this 54-year-old says he only has enough love in his heart for her and Prince. So she absolutely did the right thing. I think she stood her ground, and he was shocked when he said, "I've never seen her like this." Well, you've never seen her like this because she's always gone along with all your bad behavior. And when she talked about him being rude and his behavior not good and his lying and his hurting her, I was like, everything she's saying is right, because that's how he's acted towards her. So good on her.
I think he was unable to manipulate her. He couldn't manipulate her anymore. And so he even changed it and tried to manipulate her again. He was like, "Oh, so I'm the bad person." Did you guys see that during that scene? He's like, "I'm the bad person," trying to get her to feel bad because she's caring, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
Right. It had him
Good
shook. And
for
there was a
her.
lot of walking away this episode. I'm like, everybody's getting left. Everyone is getting left. And that's why we're going to move on to Stephanie and Erica. Because that to me is really a train wreck. This entire relationship is a hot mess. My opinion. And I know some people that are really rooting for them, but honestly, that's a toxic situation. And we know now that, they're over. Uh, that's how the episode ended. But I mean, who would want them together? Any of y'all think
I
that this
feel
was a
bad
good
for
match?
No,
Erica.
they have a toxic relationship. It's just very, very toxic. And I think it's really one-sided. I feel like Erica, I agree with what you just started with, Stacey. You said that you feel bad for her. I feel bad for her too. Because I think if Stephanie were to be in Erica's shoes, with as far as Stephanie not coming out to her parents, she would be livid. She would be livid and she would go off on Erica. But Erica sat there. You could tell she was hurt. You could see it in her face. But she was gracious about it. She didn't say much. And she kind of just let it go. And it was saddening to see Stephanie get so upset about I think she was more so upset about the 10-year relationship that she kept, hidden. But I think the bigger issue was that Erica was triggered because her past situation didn't accept her, or her family didn't accept her. So I think that Stephanie can be a little selfish at times.
That's what really caused them to break up, is the fact that I agree with you. She was being selfish. So I understand being upset that someone didn't tell you something, right? But she was coming from a place where she didn't want to relive that. That's how she was feeling. It was something that she didn't even want to talk about, right? And I understand there's certain things that you can't keep a secret. So I understand being upset, but I don't know if that's enough to end the relationship. That, especially because of the way it was said. Maybe if they were at dinner and they were just like, oh, yeah, my ex of 10 years, and it came like that would be like, you know what, bye, you're really secretive. But for me, the fact that she was almost crying and she was coming and they were having a deep conversation, she's just like, my ex, blah, blah. It came from a place of hurt. And I just feel like it didn't have to turn into what it did. And the breaking of the plate was just so dramatic. Oh my gosh.
She's spoiled. She's a brat. She's sheltered. She's all of it. I think she
It's a
just wants
lot.
her way. That reaction's like a tantrum.
Yeah. And then she's like, get out of here. Like, what?
Yeah.
That was way too much. That's when I was like, okay, that's it. This relationship is too toxic. It's time for you guys to separate. Linda, what did you think?
I mean, I'm probably going to go against the grain with you guys a little bit. I don't think the relationship was toxic because it wasn't a real relationship. I think Stephanie was never bisexual. That's why she didn't want to come out to her mom, and that's why she lied. I think that she's a manipulator. I think that she's a liar. I think that she tried to control the situation. I think she came in as one person and got found out by Erica, and she makes everything about herself. And when people make everything about themselves instead of really listening, then there's no opportunity to talk about your own feelings and your own hurt, just like Erica said. So this whole season so far and to this point, we've heard about how Stephanie is ill and Stephanie has trust issues and Stephanie has jealousy issues and Stephanie this and this and this and this, and the list goes on. It's all about Stephanie, all about what Stephanie needs and what Stephanie wants, which is not only selfish, it's manipulative. So the final time where Erica thinks that they're on the same page, and she finally feels comfortable enough to open up to her about being hidden in a relationship and not wanting that for herself. What does Stephanie do? She makes it about herself. She makes it like, oh, you hid this from me. You never told me about this, and get out of here. And I can't believe all of it. And I'm done with it because it was never a thing in the beginning. I think that it's unfortunate that Erica's finding out this way, but good on her for being able to walk away from something that really wasn't for her.
So do you think Stephanie just went after Erica in the first place to kind of get on the show?
1000%. Just like Ed Absolutely. Just like Ed went after Rosemary to be insta famous. That was his goal. And there he is. And same with her.
Damn.
So, and I was thinking the same thing, Linda. You know, we've been talking about that the past, I don't know, month or so, saying that, you know, Stephanie really isn't bi. Like, we just don't think, we don't buy into her being bi. But I was kind of curious when I was watching this episode. I was like, okay, if she's really not bi, why is she so pressed? Like, why is she so angry? Is she just a good actress? You know, because she seemed genuinely upset about some of the things that her and Erica were arguing about, like
or does she just want relationship?
But I want you, Ashley, I want you to think about what she's upset about. So if you think about it in control terms, and you think about it in ego terms, and you think about it as you are the center of everything, it puts everything in perspective.
And that's what I was gonna say. I was thinking, I was like, is it a control thing? So that's where the emotions are coming from.
That's right. So you had this secret, wonderful, beautiful 10-year relationship on and off. And I'm not the first girl that you fell in love with and I flew here to be with you. Like, think about all these things. You're jealous about her friendships. You're jealous about her being intimate with some of her friends. You're jealous about the app on the phone. It's all about your own insecurities, not about the relationship.
Facts. Can we say hi to the live chat, you guys?
Yes.
Okay, because they're going in. I wanted to highlight some of their comments. Let's see here. Sapito Fulton said that Steph isn't even bi. And Ali D says she's fake. And Sapito said it's extremely obvious. And Brandy Alonso is playing devil's advocate. She said maybe she's just experimenting. So
to get famous.
Hey, it's a win-win.
It's dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous when you do it on a platform like this.
Yes.
Like, truly, like, just breaking someone's heart on television. I just feel like if you're gonna experiment, play elsewhere. Okay. Don't play me on TV.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, moving on to Avery and Ash. Okay, because I don't remember which one of us thought that they were the couple that was gonna last. Was it Linda or Stacey?
Probably me.
I thought they were gonna last.
Yeah.
Because we were wrong about a few things. We'll get to that later. But okay, so Ash is turned up. He is truly showing his true colors. And I just want to note that Avery's first concern with even going over there to see Ash was that he would be saying all of the things she wanted to hear because he's a relationship coach. But as the layers unfold or peel, we see that it's complete opposite. He's truly showing his true colors and he says what he feels. Remember last episode when he said that he was single and like it's just constant. And he was trying to break her down and just, it's not right. Can someone please explain Avery? Ash, does anyone agree with Ash or his thinking?
I think he's just kind of clueless. Like, I don't know. I get those vibes from him. Like, he doesn't think, like, he's going by like a script kind of with his life. And so even with it, I don't know. It was just interesting because even to see the maturity of his ex-wife and then him, it's just, there's just like such a different dynamic. And I feel like Avery is just always frustrated with him. So I don't even know why she put herself through this in the first place. Because from the jump, she was frustrated with him. She does attack him, like, you know, because she's so frustrated. But I just don't think he's relationship material, like in terms of like getting ready for a marriage, because he's just kind of, or I don't know if he's scared of her. I don't know, because he looks like he's jumbling his words half the time. So
I have a little bit of a different take on the Ash and Avery situation. And I said this last week. I feel like, and let me just preface it with this. We know that Ash's relationship seminar speech was off the wall. Like, we know that I'm not arguing. But I do feel like as far as the Ash and Avery in a relationship, what I see is Avery constantly feeling uneasy about something, and Ash constantly trying to make her feel easy, and she finds something else to feel uneasy or unsettled about. And it's this never ending cycle of Avery not being happy for whatever reason. And I just, like Linda mentioned this last week, like they're just not compatible.
Mhm.
And I truly agree that they're just not a compatible pair. But I do think that Ash really does try with Avery. And I just think that it's just not, whatever he tries is just not going to be good enough for her, unfortunately.
I think the mom in her makes her a skeptic.
Say that
It
again.
makes, I think the mom in her makes her a skeptic. You know, she
Okay.
wants to, I don't necessarily think that she's trying to just find something with him. I just think that she wants to know the answers. She wants to know if he's really right because I mean, she knows he's not. She has this instinct, this gut instinct that something's not right. He got to be lying about something. He's painting this beautiful picture, and I mean, what did we find out when he went when Avery went to meet Sion? Sion told her that they had only been divorced for a year, and he had it. He made it seem like they had been divorced all this time. I understand they were separated, but that's not cute. You could have told me that you just got divorced, but you had been separated all this time.
But let's also look at, even before Avery got to Australia, let's look at this. She was concerned about Ash being a relationship expert and him saying all the right things, et cetera, et cetera. He posted her on his Instagram page to make her feel comfortable about her position in his life. And she broke up with him because of that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's never good enough for her. Like nothing
Yeah,
is
I
going to
mean,
make her feel comfortable. More so what you were saying too, Alex, like she just has this gut feeling that something's not right.
yeah,
Yeah, they're
I
just
mean,
not
she
compatible.
gets on my nerves, you know, but um, I see that, yeah, she's just trying to figure out, like, yeah, I have to figure it out before I leave. And
Did,
I
did you
don't
So
know
guys?
if he's not
I
who
think
he is.
that, so I'm just going to throw in my opinion on this couple as well. I think that we have to pay attention to the ex-wife because she was married to him. And when she said that it took years to know when he was stressed,
Mhm.
and having a baby exacerbated that, that says a lot about what's going on with the relationship with Avery.
Mhm.
I think that Ash lives in a fantasy world. I think that he lives in a world where if he can just like pacify everything and everything is roses and daisies and oh I love you, just tell me you love me and it's us against the world, but he actually doesn't want to tackle the real issues. He actually doesn't want to talk about the real issues because he doesn't know how to. And so
Mhm.
I think that that's why Avery grates on him because Avery won't let the surface answer go. So I say to you, Ashley, hey, Ashley, how's it going? And you're like, I'm fine, knowing well that you're not fine, but you don't want to dig deeper.
Yeah.
It's that same philosophy where he doesn't want to dig deeper. He just wants to have the surface relationship. And that's not okay for Avery, who's been in numerous relationships and a lot of them unhealthy. Plus, she has children. So I think that instead of like, I personally think that Avery's doing the right thing for her situation. She might not attack it this as I would or as other people would in the sense that she's really brash all the time. I think that the way you approach situations and how you speak to situations, especially when you know that someone is not comfortable talking, then you can approach it differently. But I don't think that Ash is like this, oh, I'm this great guy and everything is hunky dory.
What did you
I
guys think about? Sorry, what did you guys think about his dynamic with his son? Because I don't know, that kind of like it was interesting to me because the son
We-
seemed like he was a lot closer to the mom than to Ash. Like even when
Yeah,
he said hi to him, it just didn't look like he connects with people. I don't know. I
yeah,
got that
because
vibe.
it's the same thing as what I'm just saying, and I
Yeah,
don't
no, I
think
know.
that
That's why I'm saying that.
he's surfaced, and
Yeah,
he's not like you got to get into the nitty gritty. In
yeah.
order to have a real connection with
like
someone,
emotionally available.
that's emotionally
well,
available, and just like let that guard down. You're not on a first date anymore where your representative is showing up. You got to show who you are at some point. and he never does
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because
Well,
I
I
got the
think the
friend
ex-wife
vibe when he
said,
said,
sorry, Alex.
oh, sorry.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
I got the friend vibe when he said to his son, yeah, like I posted that joke on my Instagram. You have a lot of I didn't something about that that short conversation did not seem like a dad talking to his son. And I know that's like nothing. Like he's just joking around with his son. But yeah, even the son was over there next to the mom. But I think it's because they live together. So he's with her the
I
most.
think
But
I think it
I
was just an
also
awkward
agree.
situation. I think they were all together in that house. Avery was just meeting the ex-wife,
Mhm.
and I just think it was awkward. The cameras were there, so I think it was just uncomfortable. I didn't read that as, he doesn't have a strong connection with his son. I'm sure he does, but that wasn't my take. I just thought maybe they were uncomfortable because it was a different dynamic. Avery's
And it
now in
was
the
a
picture,
short
and we
clip.
got a whole camera crew behind us.
Yeah, and it was a short clip.
So
He could have been uncomfortable. Yeah,
yeah,
the
but I
little
did
boy.
one last thing I did want to say about that. I was happy that the ex-wife confirmed, and I said this a couple weeks ago, that I didn't think that Ash was ever being deceitful on purpose. Like I said this a few weeks ago. I felt like he just kind of, like we've been saying, glazes over things. He doesn't like to deal with the true reality of stuff. And I didn't think that it was for a deceptive reason. I thought it was just because he likes to live in Ashland. He likes to live in his own world. So I was happy that she did kind of confirm that with Avery. Like, he's not a liar. He just doesn't, deal with harsh reality.
Which is crazy because how can you be a surface level relationship coach?
Some people are just not there, though. They just can't have it. They've never been there. So it's
Then pick a different career. Because again, like you said, Ashley, when we go back to the seminar, he acted a fool. Okay, I know it's not this episode, but that was a mess, a hot mess, and I can't look past it. I truly cannot look past it. I can't. Yeah, Oprah. Okay. All right, moving on to Jeffrey and Maria. Now, I'm really excited to see what you guys have to say about this couple because I could have sworn this is the one I think we thought would last. Who I don't remember, but she hesitated when he proposed, and then she said no, she wasn't ready. Was anyone surprised by her answer?
No.
Not at all.
I thought she would be convinced to get engaged with him. I don't know. Her
Linda?
personality type seemed like she might go with it.
No, I think her relationship with her family is too important to her, and whatever else that was not translated off camera affected her. And yeah, she had a good time, but she thought it was too quick, and she is right. And when she brought up his criminal background, I think it was Ashley, we talked about it a few weeks ago when we were talking in News and Gossip about him not being 100% upfront. And I think it was you, Ashley, who's like, well, didn't her friends send her stuff online? I think that they did, because she brought it up this episode. She was like, and him just talking about his criminal background. I was like, oh, she knows more than just this little. Yeah, it was just three of us, just the druggy drug thing. It's more than just the druggy drug thing, and I think that she found out, and that's why she said no.
You know what it is? I was watching the episode, and I'm thinking to myself, is he rushing this proposal because now she knows about his background? And he's like, let me lock this girl in right now.
1000%.
Like, before she has a chance to even think about this. And now that she's thinking about it and she hesitated, he knows that he doesn't have that same leverage. So he's like, nope, I'm good. Like, the fact that he got so cold at the airport was interesting. Like, he was so cold. He didn't embrace her at all. It was just like he shut down completely because he doesn't have that same leverage and he can't con her.
And even on the way to the airport, when she said, oh, I'll take you to that bar next time, whatever, he's like, I'm not coming back.
That's so messed up.
I'm like, yo, he is really cold. His true colors came out. I'm sick of these men.
He's conditional.
This show the men on this show.
Yeah, he's
They can just
conditional. He's conditional in the way that if he gets his own way, then he's happy. But he didn't get his way, and he's a little too smart for his scheming, and he didn't like that. But yeah, I
and
agree
he
with you.
thought
Like the fact that he was able to shut off his quote unquote feelings in one day. You went from proposing to like cold shoulder. Yeah, I get your ego is hurt, your feelings are hurt, but that just shows how immature you are and how, again, you're trying to manipulate a situation when you're supposed to be two grown adults. It's bizarre.
yeah.
And
And
how
I
do you
think
just
he thought when she ran into the airport that it was gonna. I feel like no matter how cold he was acting, he was really hoping that she was gonna be like, "I'm sorry, like let's." But she was like, "I can't believe it. This is the end." She didn't switch up. Like, can't believe it's over. And I think he thought she was gonna say something else, like, "I can't let you go. I love you. I don't want this to be over." But when she said that, that's her saying, "Yeah, I'm sad, but yeah, this is over." She's confirming me. I can't believe it though.
but how do
And I
you
think
like
that hurt him.
but how are you with someone and you're going to propose like you guys said, but it's like then the next day you're like, okay, I'm done. I never want to talk to you again. You're gone out of my life. Like, how is that completely?
It's not right. He's not right.
And then
Oh,
let's
it's
remember,
messed
she
up.
said, she didn't say no. She just said, not right now.
Mhm.
And the fact that he couldn't be patient and work with her, like, okay, what do we need to do to make this work? Because not right now means, it can happen in the future.
Mhm.
So the fact that he's not trying to make it work for the future and he wants it right now, and she doesn't have the right to hesitate. And that means that you're not her soul, her soulmate. And come on, Jeffrey,
And
you dropped a bomb on her. You don't have a squeaky clean past. You're not,
And not just that,
straight
I'm
up and
sorry,
down.
but I gotta drop this bombshell. He's still married, right? So it's
What?
2020, May, whatever day it is, May 11th. This fool is not even divorced yet on paper, so he can calm all the way down.
Oh
Ooh,
my
mic
God,
drop.
Linda.
This dude's
Linda said, "You know
psycho.
what here?" Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are
Well,
these
that's what he
Americans? That's
gets.
what I'm saying. They're expecting so much from these people from other countries, and they're not. What are they giving?
Nothing.
Money? No emotional support? No, not even that much money when it comes down to it. Like, it's like, what are you bringing? A lot of
Nothing.
lies
Well,
and
let me tell you
manipulation.
this. David is bringing trust to the table, okay? He trusts her to the ends of the earth. He loves her. He's just, I don't care how many PIs I get or who, I don't care if we have a translator or whatever. I'm walking out because she doesn't have 8 other men that she's entertaining. And she doesn't, like, he didn't believe a word that they were saying, which, I mean, he stuck to it. And what happened? He met Lana, okay? He met her. And I promise
But
you, I thought Lana was
Alex,
a ghost.
this is
I thought this was a
encouraging the stalking.
catfish
Sorry.
situation. No, you're good. And I was really shook. Good for David because I really thought we had another season on our
No, this is encouraging stalking. Like, this whole scene is encouraging people to stalk. Like, don't give
But he
up.
saw her. It wasn't a
No.
Ricky situation. Let's remember Ricky before where they don't even show up. I mean, this led to her showing up. I know he's weird. Okay, so let's put the stalking to the side. Let's just say he was determined to see.
Alex.
It was a mess, truly, but he's not Caesar. Or he's not Ricky.
I think we could say
Well,
this is a good lesson of stick-to-itiveness. David stuck to it and he got it.
To your
Yeah.
careers, not to like this. It's like not okay.
Yeah, this is your, stick to your dreams. Don't let anyone deter you from getting to where you want to be. And that is the lesson within his story. Okay? Linda, what are your thoughts?
Y'all sound crazy to me right now.
Yes,
So
Alex.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. So you can be determined and you can be a stalker and do all that. Good on you. And it's not healthy and it's not okay. But
It's
the
not.
reason that,
No.
and I'm gonna drop another bombshell right now. So the reason that Lana showed up, it wasn't because of David's persistence. It was because as he said, and I don't know if this is a spoiler, and I'm kind of getting into a little bit of news and gossip a little bit, but it's a segue. So the reason why Lana showed up is because she worked for this escort company. And that website, like David has said, and I don't know if, because I watched so much, I watched the whole tell-all, so I don't know if he said it on the tell-all or if he said it on this episode, but the website's owned by an American company that is in Florida. And they were getting backlash because the website was now considered a scam site. And if you think about it in the terms of money and a business, they're losing money because people are now not wanting to pay all the fees that they have to pay for the site to join and all the fees they have to pay to give gifts. So they actually made Lana show up to show that she was not a quote unquote scammer and that she was real. That's the only reason why she showed up, is because she was made to by her quote unquote employers. So
who are their, quick question, Linda, who were they getting backlash from?
From everyone online, from all the sleuths and the detectives online.
But this was filmed before it was, that whole scene was filmed before it was aired, like before we saw it. So,
but we saw the Lana this whole season, the quote unquote Lana not showing up this whole season. I think we're on episode 12 right now. So you have 12 weeks of a woman that hasn't shown up, that a dude saying he paid $100,000 over 7 years for. So it's not that this specific scene, it's this whole entire season that they're getting backlash for. So if you're seeing by halfway through the episode, or halfway through the season, that this woman is nowhere to be found and it's affecting your business, yeah, you're going to do something about it. That's
right. No, what you're saying makes sense. I'm just trying to make sense of the timeline. Like, so when did he actually go and, film with her? Or when did he actually go meet with her and they filmed this whole scene?
They filmed it. We just saw the episode right now, right? That was the latest episode we saw where we didn't even know he was going back, and he automatically was back in the Ukraine. They don't give us, he was home for, I think he said 2 to 3 weeks, and he hadn't heard from her. And then all of a sudden the next day he's on a flight. We don't know the time frame of the editing, but we do know is that he went back for a 5th time, and all of a sudden the 5th time she shows up. And what I'm saying to you is that all the information that I've been given and reading and people have sent me, it's because it was affecting the bottom line of the website. And that's why she showed up, so that they can prove that she's not just some non-real person.
And
now,
Ashley,
before we move on to moving gossip, I really do have a question, y'all, because I'm stuck on this. Can we really say he was stalking if each time she agreed to meet up with him?
Alex.
Well, he was stalking when he went to her house.
Okay, yeah, no, that was
he
out of line.
still doesn't have her number.
I understand. That was completely out of line. But my question is, most of the time that we saw him, he was sitting in a restaurant after she said, "I'll be there." He was sitting somewhere waiting for her after she agreed. Now, the rest of the stuff, we're going to the out of line, right? But I'm saying if we take away that one little part.
So Alex, he was only semi-stalking?
He was a semi-stalker.
Like, not the full-fledged
stalker. Yeah, he wasn't full-fledged because she agreed some of that time.
So he's 25, 35% stalking.
I would say about 40 after he showed up. That was, you really went to the address, okay. But is it stalking? Bree says, is it stalking if she gave the address?
Yeah, but she gave a fake address.
Yes, it's stalking because he was not invited. She gave that address for a purpose. Invited.
Facts.
Don't show up to my house unannounced.
That's right. Or uninvited.
Even if it's not my house.
I mean, I don't condone stalking. I'm just very curious as to know, like, what exactly. Let's define it.
Bree, you want to jump in right now?
Bree, go ahead and jump in.
Go ahead.
Okay, so no, I think like this is the whole situation. I just don't agree with you guys that I think he had every right to go track her down if he's giving her all this money, he coming to meet up with her and she's not meeting up with him, and he has an address she gave him that's supposed to be hers, and they've been in a relationship for 7 years. I think he has every single right in the world then to go to her house and be like, why didn't you show up?
He used the information she gave him.
Like, should he have like woken up 5 years, 6 years, 7 years ago? Yes. Should he have gone in the first place? No, because everyone and their mother could tell that this woman does not want to be with you. But I don't agree that it's stalking in this certain scenario.
Yeah. Okay. So we're split kind of down the middle. We're your team. You're my team. Team no stalker. So, no, team 45%.
Stalker status.
All right. So Linda with the news and gossip. Oh, Stacey, do you have any questions really quick? Stacey, do you have one question to ask?
Oh my gosh. So yeah. Is it okay to break off a relationship when someone proposes and you're not ready to say yes? Like, is it okay, like how Jeffrey did, to completely break off the relationship and say, because the other person wasn't ready?
I think it's okay to break it off.
You think it's okay?
Because you had an expectation.
Mm-hmm.
That expectation wasn't met for whatever reason. You have the right to walk away, just like the person has the right to say no to your marriage proposal.
I'm going to say that because I don't have a direct answer. I agree. Everyone can do what they want to do. You can walk away anytime you want to walk away. Otherwise, call the police. That's a problem. But I will say that I just feel like you can work through it, especially if you do it in such a short time period and you don't really get to know the person and this is your first time meeting like theirs and you're proposing after a few weeks. I understand, like, if someone turns you down and say, all right, we'll work on it and we'll, but yeah, I don't have an answer. Yeah, you can walk away is my answer.
Linda.
I think you can walk away at any time. You're not married. So I think that we're all free human adults. And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. And if you feel like it's best for your emotional and mental health and well-being, then walk away. It's okay.
Okay. So
That should have been the title of this episode. Walk away.
Walk away.
Because everybody was walking away.
Stacey, I want to hear. Stacey, I want to hear your answer.
I think you guys are right in the sense of, like, everyone has their own decision. I think it was really messed up what he did to Varia. I think that at least if you can try to work it out, but there also has to be a timeline on that, because don't waste my time. That's the thing. So I don't know. Completely walking away, I think that's a jerk move. But
yeah, he was being bratty. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, moving on to Linda for news and gossip.
Hey guys, news and gossip. Oh my God. So I just want to say this for the record, that 90 Day keeps me busy. This week specifically because, and I'll get to it, but all the leaks, like the leaks is incredible to me. So we're going to jump in first with something that I saw on, I want to shout her out just because she's amazing. 187 Gossip. Stacey, is that right?
187 Anonymous.
Thank you. Anonymous guy. Amazing. She sends me a bunch of stuff. And so I want to shout her out, but she posted this video of Jeffrey. And I'm going to let it play with no intro, and then we can talk about
it. Hello, handsome. Don't you ever call me handsome. I'm beautiful. Where'd I get the makeup from? My ex left it. I think one of them I beat up or something. It's hard to keep track.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
Hello?
So, I have no words. I mean, I have questions. The makeup, the lipstick, the drunk live, the coming off the hinges. There's so much going on with Jeffree right now, and I am not surprised. And I think that it's probably going to get worse, and we're going to see him unravel online. I also did want to talk a little bit about what I said earlier. So we do know that Jeffree is still married. We do know that he has a pending court case, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. But what did you guys think of that video?
I think it's disgusting. I think it's sad. I think he's just laughing at the things he did. I don't know. It's gross. I don't know. He's just, his true colors are coming out. He's a mess. A complete disaster. And she dodged a bullet.
Yeah, absolutely, 1000%. I'm going to move on to my next story. Erica's dad. I think that, again, we talked about Erica's dad on a previous episode, and I just think that her parents are just the epitome of being fun and being supportive. So let's go ahead and play that video as well.
How famous are you, Dad?
Well, the Statue of Liberty's got fried rice.
How famous are you, Dad?
Well,
so Erica's dad saw that he was trending on Twitter, and so he is famous online, and he kind of made a joke about it. And I just thought it was so funny and so great, and it just shows how wonderful that relationship is. And I just love them. I think that family is a really fun family. So
they're very accepting. I like them.
Yeah, 1000%. Moving on. So we talked about this a lot last week in News and Gossip, and again, Ed goes live every 5 seconds on Instagram. And what I will say about Ed is that he definitely does think he is the Kim Kardashian of 90 Day. And he has gone live with a bunch of people. So the latest Tori Spelling, and we talked about how he's gone live with some underage girls that seemed inappropriate. So he got caught going live, and his new quote unquote nickname instead of Big Ed is Big Ped. And the reason being is that people are feeling that he is a groomer, and in ped terms, grooming young girls. And Stacey, I don't see you, but there you are. So Stacey, you know when I talked about how he has all those costumes for his cameos that he does?
Oh no, what are you gonna say?
I'm just saying, like, what grown man
that's true
that you know that is 55 years old that has all these kid costumes,
right,
and is always dressing up and okay, I'm just gonna throw it out there because it all came together for me when I got this post. So
oh my god,
okay, growing up, right, your parents said stranger danger, right? And they told you never, and I'll speak for myself, never take candy from a stranger. And also too, like the vans that drive by, make sure that you stay far away from them. And then also random dudes with their dogs. Oh, come and look at my puppy. Right?
Teddy?
So
he's baiting them. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, look at everything in its entirety and come to your own conclusions. But all of those things, when these accusations are out there, they kind of make sense, guys, unfortunately. So
I don't understand why production isn't getting involved. Like, you have to stop. That does not look good. If you're going to keep Jeffree off the show, you need to lay the hammer down on him. This is sick.
Yeah. So coming to his live. So he went live, and he went live with this Holly person, and Holly did a bait and switch and started this whole porn thing while he was live, and he swore he knew nothing about it. He said he reported it to Instagram, but I gotta tell you, when you're live, you can like end that live in a heartbeat, and he didn't end it quick enough so that everyone had screenshots of it. So I'm on the fence with how long did you let this go before you didn't realize that it wasn't a good look on your part? Don't know.
Like ending.
And I think he thinks he's untouchable.
Yeah.
From everything. Like he gives that vibe, like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna still do whatever I'm gonna do, especially with all these accusations now, like to continue to be on live constantly and be out there and put yourself out there, like, I don't know.
Just you guys come to your conclusion. Definitely, you guys let us know in the live chat what you're thinking. Let us know in the comments. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. I'm moving on to Jeffree again. So Jeffree posted on his Instagram. So as you guys know, he still has pending court dates coming up. And as I get to the tell-all, which I will in a moment, you know that he was not invited to the tell-all because of all the pending litigation against him and because of the extensive criminal background that he had. And according to things online, here's how he got on the show. So you know how people are like, why did TLC not do a deep dive? And why did TLC cast him and he was able to get on the show? So when he applied for the show, he had a misdemeanor. And it wasn't until he flew to Russia and started filming that his misdemeanors were up to felonies.
Wow.
Okay. And then he had already filmed his full season. He came back and got hit with a bunch more charges. And I'm just talking about the current charges. I'm not talking about the charges from his history. That is why he was able to fly to Russia, because it was only a misdemeanor in the beginning and now it's a felony. Wow. Felonies, multiple felonies. So he posted on his Instagram, today was supposed to be my hearing date for the June 2019 allegations. Unfortunately, is once again being delayed due to the pandemic. I have been very eager to go and reveal the truth surrounding the evidence in question. I have continually requested the earliest possible dates every time so that I expediently clear my name. I've been forced to hide under a rock and told that the, quote, hate will just go away, unquote, if I ignored it. That is not me. And I can't take constant accusations from people whilst I lie here in silence any longer. So he's saying a lot, but he's saying nothing at the same time. What I do find interesting is that he's finally admitting that there are all these charges. So all the allegations that we've been talking about are actually real charges, and he was supposed to be in court this June. So this is going to drag out for some time now.
Wow.
I want to warn you guys about this next photo before it pops up. So, and I'll do this all together. So guys, the tell-all leaked. So the tell-all that's happening in 2 weeks leaked. It's 10 hours. I stayed up and watched all 10 hours before it got deleted. And it was a train wreck. I want to say that it was probably the best tell-all that I've ever seen from 90 Day. I think that them being at home and being comfortable and not being able to have any retakes or any of that stuff, they just kind of let it all out. And it was 10 hours of drama, like pure drama. And I applaud Sean Robinson. I think that she has come under fire for not being the best host, but she rocked it. She went in there and she dug for the questions and really stirred up some things. And I'm curious to see how they edit it, because so many people have seen the full 10 hours and, you know, usually they give us a couple hours, part 1 and 2. But I'll give you a few spoilers. If you don't want to know, definitely tune out at this moment, because some of the stuff.
Just cover your ears for a second.
Right. Cover your ears, mute, whatever. So Lisa was a hot mess. Lisa goes off on Big Ed and goes off on Sean Robinson, calls Sean Robinson an effing bitch, disrespectful. And when that didn't go anywhere, the producer's name was Barbara. She yells into her headset that she wants Barbara to cut Sean Robinson off. Then her and Big Ed get into it, and she literally calls him a pedophile and says that he's grooming young girls. What else? So she had Lisa, I'm sticking on Lisa right now. She had a little bit of an accident, like she hurt her toe prior to filming and going to Nigeria. So she said that that's why she was having a hard time walking around. When she came back to America, she went to the doctors and they couldn't fix her toe. So they amputated it. And again, so warning, this picture is graphic, it's gross. If you don't want to see it, cover your ears and your eyes.
Alex, your eyes right now.
She's shook. She's so shook.
I'm just taking it all in. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Okay. Again, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know, because I am talking about the tell-all and the 10-hour leak. None of the couples are together this season. None of the couples made it at all. So by the tell-all, everyone is single and have moved on and has gone their own way. So I don't know if you guys are surprised by that. I thought maybe at least one couple would make it. And I know that we have talked about David and Lana and what happens with them. But at the tell-all, we find out that they're no longer together. I think I'll leave it at that so that I don't wreck all of it. But it's 10 hours of pure gold. And if you guys want to know anything else, definitely hit us up in the comments and I will answer any questions that you have. And make sure you're liking and subscribing. We really appreciate the likes and that's what moves us forward. So make sure that you do that for us. We'd appreciate it. Do we want to do some
ladies? Tell everyone where they can find you. Okay, yeah.
Shout outs.
I wanted to shout out Selwonk because he added some tea to the story too, Linda, about the tell-all. He said, "Don't forget Lisa." She. Say that again.
She.
Oh, she. Excuse me. Said Lisa called Usman the N-word, so we don't want to forget that. I know you and I talked about that off camera.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Bean is in the live chat.
Hi, Danny.
Kelly Fitzgerald, Brandy Alonzo. There's 140 of you guys in here right now, so we appreciate all of y'all. Venti Still, Angelica, y'all have it going tonight, and we appreciate it. If you guys can all give us a like, and if you aren't subscribed to the channel, like Linda said, please do subscribe. Debbie Woods, we see you. Ali Gee, Brandy Alonzo, we see all of you guys, and we are so thankful for you.
Damn, Lisa, that tell-all, my God.
Can you ladies tell everyone where they can find you?
You guys can find me all over social media at Stacy_Olivas and at 90 Day Fiance now. Send me news, send me memes, send me all of it. I want to hear of it.
You guys can find me on Instagram at Ms. Ashley Marie.
And guys, you know where you can find me all across social media at Linda So Girly. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been like hooking me up with a lot of leads. Keep doing that. I love it. I would not have gotten the tell-all leak had it not been for one of you sleuths. So definitely keep them coming so I can bring you guys all the latest and the greatest.
Yes, and you can follow me all over at Hey Alex Bowers. We'll see you here next week. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.